and welcome to another episode of Here Comes Queenie. With me, of course, I have Queenie. If you followed the last episode, you will know that Queenie back then wasn't shed. She's not anymore. She did shed a few days ago and she's looking absolutely stunning. As you can see, she's so gorgeous and she's growing so much as well. I believe this is Queenie's shed. It's a beautiful, beautiful shed. Look how long and without flaws. It's just one big, beautiful piece. I absolutely love it. Queenie, she keeps on surprising me. She's such a good eater. She's so healthy. She's shedding. She's being active and she's just like a phenomenal snake. I'm getting more and more attached to corn snakes. They are truly amazing types of snakes and I can highly recommend them if you're looking for your first time snake. Woo! As you can see, Queenie, she is quite active. It's a common trait with the corn snake. They are very, very active even when handling. Much more than, for example, a ball python or a boa or snakes like that. So corn snakes in general have a higher activity level, which is also something that you might want to know if you're thinking about buying one. I really can't believe how much Queenie has grown already. I just went back actually and looked at the very first video I did with her and she was just so tiny. She's still tiny, but she definitely has grown. Today, of course, we are going to feed her as we usually do. I do feed Queenie every week. I feed Queenie either one big fuzzy, a mouse, or I feed her two smaller pinkies. And today I actually have two pinkies for her. I do get a lot of questions whether or not it's better to feed with one big prey or several smaller preys. But to be quite honest, I haven't really noticed any difference between the two types of feeding. It depends on what I have available. I do breed my own mice and rats, so it's basically just what is available. Is one big rat available or is it gonna be like 2 or 3 smaller rats? So that's basically how I judge it. Alright, as you can see, Queenie here, she's so full of energy. She really does make me smile every time I have her out. Alright, like last time, I am gonna answer 3 or 4 questions. In the last video, I did ask you guys to ask me and Queenie some questions and I would answer them in this video and I'm gonna do that now. The first question I got was if I've ever had a snake that threw up its meal. I did have that. I had a baby boa who had done it, I believe, 2 or 3 times, throwing up the meal or regurgitating, I think it's called. It's basically when the snake swallows the whole meal and then throws it up again. There can be several reasons for that. It can be that either the mice or the rat was too big and the snake simply cannot digest it properly, they will throw it up. It can also be because there's stress, it can be because of an illness, and I think that's about it. I do believe in the case of my boa, it might have been because that the prey was too big, because she did seem to do it 2 times in a row. So I remember I just stepped down to a smaller meal and I haven't had any troubles with her yet. It was actually Marble, my female super ivory ghost, but she's doing so well now and she's really, really growing and she eats every time I offer her. But yes, I did have a snake that threw up its meal. The second one is actually a pretty good question, which is it okay to feed only mice to the corn snake through its entire life? I do vary between mice and rats, but I don't think there's gonna be any difference whether or not you choose to stay with only mice and rats. So I think that's gonna be just fine, just as long as you make sure that they get enough food. Which means that if one mouse isn't big enough for the corn snake, then you should definitely feed 2 or even 3 depending on the size, of course. Yes, definitely you could feed with just either mouse or rats for the snake's entire life. The third question I get is how long does it usually take for Queenie to eat? Despite Queenie being a young snakes usually do tend to take a little bit more time than the adults. I haven't quite figured out where to start and where to end and all that kind of stuff. But Queenie, she's such an aggressive eater and it usually only takes her a couple of minutes to completely eat all of the mouse. Alright guys, that was all the questions for Queenie. Let's get to the exciting stuff, which of course is the feeding. And this time as well, I am going to feed Queenie in a box, even though I do prefer to feed them in the tank. But Queenie, she doesn't seem to mind at all and it really does give you guys the opportunity to see everything better. Let's get to it. Alright guys, that's all for today. I really do hope you enjoyed this episode of Here Comes Queenie. I absolutely do. I love making these videos. It put me in such a great mood. I absolutely love doing them. And it's so much fun actually following Queenie, and you can so clearly see that she's definitely growing, and that's just a joy. Please give the video a like so I know that you like what I make. It really does mean a lot to me. And also while you're at it, just hit subscribe on that channel. Do remember we have a Facebook group now. If you haven't joined us yet, please come and do. There are so many amazing people in there, and you can ask all sorts of questions about snakes. As usual, you can find me on Instagram under the name jossersjungle. Thank you guys for now, and bye bye!